Oh, we're live. Oops.
Brilliant. Lovely. Hello, everyone.
To myself. Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to this Instagram Live and Facebook Live and YouTube Live ahead of the enrolment opening for Camp Wildfire Weekend One, which is a huge date in our calendar, possibly the biggest date in the calendar of the year. Welcome. The way that these lives work is we're here to answer any questions you might have either about enrolment or about Camp Wildfire. Maybe it's your first time coming, maybe it's your fifth time coming, and there's something you want to ask Jules and myself. We are the founders of Camp Wildfire. We're here for, I think, like 45 minutes, an hour to answer any burning questions and make sure that you're ready for tomorrow. So Jules, we should give a very quick introduction to what enrolment is. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, definitely. So enrolment is something that happens about a month before the event. Well, tomorrow. So that's 5 weeks before. And it is basically the way that you choose your activities for the weekend. And it happens online. You will have an account by now. Hopefully you will have familiarized yourself with your account and hopefully Lee's brilliant video. And in that account, you will basically go in tomorrow and pick your activities for the weekend. Now, this is comprised of lots of different types of activities and entertainment as well. So you have got your activities that you can enroll on, and you have got your drop-in activities, which you don't necessarily need to do in enrolment, but you can do if you want to, and also your evening entertainment as well, so that you can just kind of, sort of plan your weekend, I guess.
Yeah. If you have any questions, the way to ask us is to drop them in the comments below, and then we will work our way through those. So I've got a few in here already, Jules, that actually came in on Instagram stories earlier. We can work through some of these. So KL, lots of underscores for, says, what gas stoves are allowed? So if you're allowed like lots of different types of gas stoves, but there's like 2 or 3 that are not allowed because they're dangerous, particularly in hot weather like this. So please go to our website, campwildfire.co.uk/help. Just search stove, and you can find out a full list of all the different types of stoves that are allowed and not allowed. To just kind of riff off of that and give some more information. So if you're coming to Camp Wildfire for the first time, you can bring like your own food if you want to cook for yourself over the weekend, or we've got loads of food villages across the site with all delicious street food. So you can bring your own food or you can buy lots there. So that's kind of what that's regarding. And then Barley says, is the main stage bigger this year? Jules?
Is the main stage bigger this year? Yes, it is. A little bit bigger this year.
I think it's pretty much the same size, actually.
Well, the decor's a little bit bigger, I'll tell you that. We've got some really exciting things planned for our birthday celebration, our anniversary, on stage. I've also got Helen that says, I think in relation to what I said a minute ago, so I just need to book the credit activities, then the rest I just turn up to.
Yeah, okay, so I can give a quick explanation about this. So when you sign into enrolment, there's 2 different types of activities. There's credited activities and there's drop-in activities. Credited activities, they're going to use credits from your credit balance, which is included in your ticket. Depending on which ticket you chose, if you had elementary, you'll have 60 credits, standard 120 credits, Dynamo unlimited credits. So it's going to deduct credits from your balance to be able to do that activity. But what that's going to do is that's going to reserve you a space. So you're not going to have to worry about queuing or anything when you turn up to that activity. You're going to have a reserved space. It's a small group size, usually kind of somewhere around 10, 15. So it's a really like high quality experience that you're getting for those credited activities. So we recommend enrolling in those first, kind of using those as like the backbone of your weekend. Then around those, you've got drop-in activities. So these ones, you can't reserve a place. You can add them to your schedule just as a sort of reminder that you want to go to them, but you can't get a reserved space. So You just have to turn up. If there's a queue, you join the queue and have a go. You can have as many goes as you want. And the idea of these is that they can just fill all the spare moments in between your accredited activities.
Some of my favorites, actually, the drop-ins.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's amazing stuff that's drop-ins, like water slides, what do you call it? The air drop, where you just jump off.
Hopefully not making that noise though.
Yeah.
Well, carrying on with activities, there's lots of very keen people asking lots of questions. Tanya says, is it easy to book activities? I've got to book for 5 people. So Tanya, what I would suggest, if you haven't already, Lee has made a very, very coherent video that you can find on our website. And you could DM us, we can send it to you. And it's basically, why are you laughing? Do you not think it's...
Well, I do think it's coherent. I think maybe you meant like comprehensive, but I'm glad it's coherent too.
Oh, comprehensive. I mean, it is coherent too, but I think it's like covers everything. So if you're a bit confused, also, if you are booking for 5 people, it might be quite helpful. It definitely would be helpful if you get time to familiarize yourself a little bit in advance, and make sure obviously you have everybody's details and preferences, and you've starred all your favorites and things like that. But you can see all of that in Lee's video.
Yeah, I'd say 5 is quite a lot of people. So I would, like, if you think like most of our class sizes are like, around 10 people, say. So to get like 5 spaces all together in every activity you want to do is unlikely, just because all the activities are first come, first served. So I would, if you're coming as a 5, I would choose like a couple of activities that are your priority ones that you really want to do as a 5 together, and get those booked in first, because once the availabilities go down on all the sessions, you're going to find it hard to find like 5 spots on that in one session. So choose like 1 or 2 sessions, make those your first go-to, and then like be kind of prepared to sort of split up and do things in little groups, which is also like, that's kind of the beauty of Camp Wildfire, is that everyone can go off and do their own little like follow their own interests and do their own little things. So that'd be my top tip if you're kind of in a bigger group, is to identify your priorities together and then not be too about.
That is a good shout. Actually, interestingly, a couple of years ago, I enrolled on some activities for me and the band, because we did a music video there, and I was enrolling for 5. And do you know what? Actually, it was really fun going off into groups, and I sort of just did it like a bit like potluck, and I was like, right, I'm going to put Dan with Harry because they're going to love this one, and then we're going to go away for a bit and then meet up, and then they come back and be like, wow, that was so good. And and actually I think in some ways it was kind of better, because I'd sort of like just like scheduled their weekend, and we kind of met up in the middle and discussed it all and did things together. So you'll have a great time.
Nice.
And you've got the whole of the sort of like early evenings all through the night as well. And
you'll spend plenty of time together across the weekend. But
sorry, right, we're chatting a lot. Do you want to do a couple of yours over there, Lee?
Okay, so I've got, what's your favorite thing about Wildfire, from Emily Tyler Photo on Instagram. So Jules, what's your favorite thing?
My favorite thing about Wildfire is the really unsuspected amazing things, like the really the things that you don't realize are going to be awesome, and then you do them, the activities you do them, and you're like, that was incredible. I did pen and flag making last year for about half an hour with some people, and honestly, like, it was just so joyful, and the things that people come up with, and the kind of the people you meet, and like some of the things that people created, really great. How about you? What's your favorite thing?
My favorite thing, my answer every time is because obviously we're working quite a lot. There's a point in the morning, I think probably about 11 a.m. once like our morning like tasks have kind of like tailed off a bit. I get a bit of time to walk around the site, and around that time you just walk through the forest, and all you can hear from every direction is like people doing things, like tapping on metal, or like rustling of like building shelters or whatever, and just giggling. It's really like surreal experience to walk through the forest and experience adults doing like lots of things and just giggling. So I love that. That's wonderful.
It's also a really nice calming acoustic as well. So it's like the juxtaposition of this like really natural, quite dampened, like really warm acoustic sound, and then like these like, whacking, whip cracking things, banging on things, and that's really bonkers. All right, I'm going to read you one one that says, sorry, I'm going back a little bit. Tracy says, I'm struggling to understand how many additional credits I need to buy in advance. It all depends on what I'm able to book tomorrow. If I get what I want, I'll be 10 over. But if I don't, I won't need extra credits. If I get what activities I want upon checkout, do I get the option to buy the extra easily?
Yeah, so we've actually added a new feature this year, which is kind of like inline purchasing of extra credits. So if you like go to reserve a session and you don't have enough credits, it will kind of do a little pop-up and it will say, do you want to buy the extra credits? And it will give you, it will hold that space for a short amount of time so you can purchase those extra credits. So that should work for you like that. If you, if we're not in the game of kind of like trying to sell loads of extra credits and then people not using them. So if you do book some extra credits in advance and you don't end up using them, that's no problem. We can see that they haven't been used, so we can take them off your account and just give you a refund. Cool. I've got one here from AJTX. Do you pay for massage before enrollment and then choose a time slot at enrollment? Yes, that's exactly how it works. And they do sell out. So make sure you go and book a massage treatment fairly soon. And then I've got...
Sorry, go on, yeah, you go.
Oh, just giving a shout out here. Everyone sign up for spear making. Sam Musa, who might be involved in it by the sounds of it, will be bringing ribbons and flair.
Tracy says, I don't think Tracy's watched your video by the comments. When you enroll, do you enroll on all activities, then check out in one go? And once in basket, are they all activities held for a certain time for you to check out?
So there is no basket system. It is like you click enroll and it will like try and get you a space in that activity. And then like if it says enrolled, you're enrolled. So it's done like that. Availability.
Don't worry, you don't have to complete everything for it to work. You're doing it as you go.
Availability can go quickly though. So when you're clicking enroll, if like, you know, if you're clicking enroll on a 10-person session and 20 other people do that, it will literally be in like the nanosecond order of like whoever did it first. So yeah, it's a first come first serve system. When you click enroll, that gets you your space. I've got Jabira A says, will there be stickers? We don't have any stickers. Do we have stickers? Maybe we should do stickers this year.
We're doing stickers this year.
Yes,
there will be. There will be stickers. In fact, Sophie and I had a big chat about stickers today. You'll be pleased to hear. So.
And I've got Monique who says, excited to be coming. Can they bring their own paddleboard? Monique, no. We provide all the equipment for all of the activities, so you don't have to bring anything with you. And you can only do paddleboarding if you're enrolled in that activity. We don't have like an open paddleboarding lake or anything like that.
Great. Rachel says, is the car park far from where we pitched the tent?
No, you're talking like compared to other festivals, it's very, very small kind of walk from the car to where you pitch your tent. Yeah, maximum like, I don't know, 1,000 meters, maybe 1,500 meters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked this a lot. I should measure that.
Well, I walked about 3 years ago when I was trying to find the brass band because they went missing. I walked from one end of the car park to the other end of the car park, and it took me 7 or 8 minutes max.
Okay, so yeah, 15 minutes tops.
Yeah.
Sophie says, tomorrow's enrollment is just for weekend one, right? Yes, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Weekend two is a week on Wednesday, so 23rd.
Ruth says, it says 85 activities have space out of 162. Are the others sold out or not available because they are drop-ins?
Yes, that calculation is because lots of them are drop-ins and entertainment and things like that. So it's just looking at the ones that like literally like accredited activities that have space. I've got here, first time, very excited. Where can I find a map of the activity areas?
I can tell you about that.
Yep.
Well, we've got them. Did we email them out? Sorry, maybe I can't tell you about that. I can tell you where it is.
Yeah, if you go to campwildfire.co.uk/help, search like map in there, and there'll be a link to a map in there for you.
Great. Emma says, air rifle is going to be a must do for me. I'm so glad it's a drop in.
Awesome. Great.
And Fiona says, my first time going to this, I'm so nervous and also very excited.
Yeah, move it more to the excited side because there's nothing to be nervous about.
Nothing, yeah.
Great time, and everyone's very welcoming and lovely. So nothing to be worried about. Lauren said, I did a post on Facebook. Are there photographers? If so, do we get photos or are they paid? We do have photographers. We don't have and we do like a big group photo, but we don't have like photographers like that you can, like you can sort of have a photo with your friends or something. It's something we have been looking at, so it's something we might do in the future, maybe this year if we've got time for it.
Nice. Karen says, what's the deal with Cupid's Club? I am coming with a friend, but it's only me who is single. So Cupid's Club is an extra, Karen. It's not something that you have to get involved in. But if you are coming with your friend, that's absolutely fine because it's not all of the time. We have a few mixers and socials. And what happens is if you decide to join Cupid's Club, you can purchase that in extras. Is that correct, Lee? In the extras on the website?
Yeah.
And yeah, so there's a sort of a program over the weekend that you can get as involved or not as you like. And the idea of it is that you will meet like-minded singles. So if your friend isn't single, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to do it. It's not all day, every day. It's kind of like, yeah, as and when.
Nice. I just also checked. You can access the map through Enrolment. So if you go to Enrolment, which is campwildfire.co.uk/enrolment, you can get to your profile and everything there. And when you get to the enrolment stage, there's a big map icon, so you can get to it there. That's easy. So somebody, Neon Knights, said, "What's your most recommended activity?" And I'm going to say this changes all the time because we're always bringing in new, interesting, exciting stuff. So I'm going to recommend this year junkyard percussion. So if you ever watched Stomp when you were younger, this is an activity we've done at our family one, and it's just doing percussion from all different things and found things, and it's amazing. It's incredible fun. So I would recommend that one. Jules, top activity?
Well, I'm going to say this. It's a little bit predictable, I think, just because I've been asking for it for so many years. But pottery wheel is something that I'm not very good at, but I really like the idea of. And I have tried. We tried it, didn't we? We tested it out, and you were actually much better at it than me. But yeah, I really like the idea of that. It's going to be great.
Nice. Kate Minnie says, what's the best way for solos to meet other solos? Go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Camp Wildfire. Find our groups. There's one called Flying Solos. There's 6,000 other solos in there. So just jump in there, say hi, and you'll immediately have loads and loads of new friends, which is awesome. All about Ords. Do you have a welcome info pack for first timers? Yeah, so we've got loads of stuff for first timers. The best place to start for that would be if you just want to look at enrollment, go and look at the video that I made. So go to campwildfire.co.uk/help. I'm going to keep referencing that because literally everything's in there. Just search video and watch the enrollment video from me. Then there's loads of articles like tips and tricks, like a detailed written guide if you prefer written guide. You also probably worth reading my we wrote a ultimate first time guide, which kind of tips from across all the communities that we have for how to make the most of your weekend. So check that one out. Jules?
Alex says, will there be waiting lists that stay on your schedule like last year?
Yes. So that's a big part of it. So if there's a session, an activity session that you wanted to go to and there's no space in it, you can join a wait list. You can join as many wait lists as you want. There's no kind of limit on those, and it doesn't use any credits to join wait lists. But if you get to the top of the wait list, because things do move around between now and the event starting, if you get to the top of the wait list, it will send you, it will either enroll you in that session if we can. If you don't have enough credits or you've got like a time clash or something like that, we'll send you an email, and I think you get like 24 hours to sign in and decide whether you want to take that space or pass it on to the next person on the wait list. So yeah, well, good to utilize those.
Okay, Donna, I think we might have to apologise to. Any chance of the much promised online store being launched before Camp Wildfire starts?
No, I'm really sorry. We got like 95% of like the way there with it, and then we just had to like postpone it and focus on enrollment.
You should mention that our team was building, when you say halfway with all the way there, as in they were building the tech to launch it.
Yes, yeah, building the tech, getting all the everything ready with the products and like how all the logistics are going to work. But yeah, unfortunately we weren't able to. But we're going to be building some bigger on-site stores instead this time, so that there's more stock and more space to get things there.
But we're also making up for it by launching a couple of new products, aren't we, this year?
Yeah, we're gonna I know it's not much use for this year, but it will launch in September or October instead, so it will be there for future years from then on. So yeah, sorry about that. We really did push for it, but we just had to prioritize the summer events, which was the most important thing. I've got one from here, Emma. How many accessible toilets do you have across the site? I don't know the number, but I do know there's accessible sites in accessible toilet facilities in the accessible campsite and the boutique campsite, and in Centre Camp. But yeah, I wouldn't know the exact number. Go on.
Yorkie Geek at Heart says, and I don't even know what they're talking about, so hopefully you can enlighten us, Lee. Hi, can I ask about boot jumps? I have a VW Caddy Maxi Life with a single bed camper conversion that's permanently set up. Is that allowed in the live-in section? The info doesn't mention boot jumps.
I don't know what a boot jump is, but yeah, I think as long as it's like
I'll look it up.
As long as it's like a proper living vehicle and you're not gonna like move it across the weekend. So once you're parked up in living vehicles, you have to stay there.
Living jump is a camper van conversion that slides into the boot.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I think that would be fine. The living vehicles are sold out for one of the weekends. I'm not sure which one it is, so do check on our website to make sure there's availability before you rely on that. Yeah, the other, whichever one's not sold out, I know there's like 5 spaces left or something. So yeah, be careful with that. Got a couple more here. How do Real1234 says, how do we book friends' activities? Do we have to log into their account, or can you do it from your account? So, okay, so this is going to happen. It depends how you've bought your ticket. So if you bought a ticket for yourself and your friend, they're both going to be in your account. So what you should do is sign into your account, make sure your profile's set up, add you and your friends to your group, make sure your tickets are assigned to you both, and then you'll be enrolling for both of you. If you have bought 2 tickets for you and a friend and you want to enroll separately, you can transfer one to your friend's account and they'll be able to enroll for themselves. At the moment, we don't have a way of like sharing access. So it either has to be all done through your account for 2 people or all done through 2 separate accounts for each other. If you've bought separately and you want one person to be able to do it, then just transfer it to the other one and then it'll all be in one account ready to go. Make sure you watch my video on how all of that works and make sure that's prepared. And if you've got any issues with achieving that and getting that ready, then drop us a DM and we'll be able to help you out.
There's such a load of silly chat going on in the chat here. I'm getting a bit lost. Ollie said, not exactly wildfire related, but an important question I ask everyone who joins. What is your favourite dinosaur? And then Jack says, Ollie. And then Ollie says, it's a very important question.
It is an important question. Do you have a favourite dinosaur?
Do you know what I actually do? Because when I was little, I was a bit scared of dinosaurs, and I just made myself feel better by making my favourite dinosaur the Diplodocus, because I knew it only eats leaves.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go for a Stegosaurus just because they got Really cool shit. Okay, I've got here, oh gosh, is parking included in boutique camping, or do you need to purchase in addition? No, parking is not included with any tickets or camping options, so you always need to purchase that in addition. Sally Roberts says, oh no, how about the activity booking for friends? I've already answered that. KL4 says, do you have to book all of the evening events? No, so the evening stuff is kind of like, it's all very similar to drop-in activities. You can just wander around, kind of see what's going on, drop into things that take your fancy. So you don't have to, it's in enrollment so that you can kind of add it to your schedule. For so you know what you want to go to and when, but yeah, there's no kind of like reserved spaces or anything like that, so it's just it's all
no, but
flow.
I do think that if people know, if it's just a secret tip off, they should probably go to the discotheque around 8:30 p.m. on Saturday.
Is that when you're playing?
No, just think it's a good time to be at the discotheque. Just drumming up a bit of support. Helen says, if we've booked a spa session,
I should clarify that. So if you don't know, Jules plays in a great band called Kessler Cobblers Club, and they have played every year for the first for the last 10 years, and our first year was actually like part of an album launch for their band, and they're a great folk band. So yeah, if you don't know, come and see. That'd be great.
It will be a very fun set. Thanks, Lee. You're repping me. Helen says, if we have booked a spa session, will we definitely get a spot?
You will definitely, yes. Yeah, so the spa sessions will, we only sell enough sessions for it, but you will have to kind of enroll in the session that you want.
Great. Oliver says, I recommend a trolley, but I usually do trips, and I believe you can also pay someone to transport your kit for you. Yes. Porters. Yeah. We have a porter service in the camps to kind of help carry your stuff from the camp, from parking to camping. They have like bright pink wheelbarrows and they're really cool. There's a small charge for it. I don't know how much it is. I can't remember. It's like maybe 15 or 20 pounds, something like that. But I think it's a pretty good deal to not have to carry your stuff. Yes, that's not run by us. It's run by a festival porter company. Sammy Squirrel says their drop-in favorites are not showing in their filters for enrolling. I'm not sure about that, Sammy Squirrel. If you drop our team a message on email or DM, somebody will be able to help you out with that. Miss Sarah Wall says, are the disabled toilets and showers separate from the main campsite ones? Yes, they are. There's a separate set that are for accessible camping. Go on, Jules. Lee says, will the system tell you if you enroll on two activities that overlap?
It won't let you. It will say that you've got a time clash, and it won't let you enroll in two that overlap. Yes, lots of difficult maths running that. Shamsa says, first time, I'm very excited, but live-in vehicle with electric, hired van doesn't have an awning attachment. Is a standalone gazebo allowed? No, a standalone gazebo will not be allowed, even if you've hired the biggest pitch, I'm afraid. Sorry. They can be quite dangerous in the wind. Chiara Aprea says, Cupid's Club is real fun for singles. There you go.
Great. Alex said, did you ever think Camp Wildfire would get this big when you first started?
Oh, no. No, I mean, I think you kind of like always dream that things will get big. But I think at the time we were like so focused on just trying to make it happen and keep it together. And then every year kind of just focused on a little bit. So yeah, to be doing like, 2 weekends in a row for 3,000 plus people each weekend is pretty, yeah, I didn't think it would get quite this big. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's so exciting.
How about you, Jules? Do you think it would get this big?
No, similarly, I think every year it sort of like feels like you're just focusing on delivering a really good experience that year. And Yes, it's exciting. It feels really really nice. And there's so many people as well that come back that have been so many of the years, and like some of them all of the years. And I just think like that's just so brilliant. It's so
Yeah, very cool.
Massive part of it, isn't it?
Cool. I've got here, camping, are there areas for electricity? No, we don't provide any electricity in general camping or pre-pitch camping or reserved camping. The only places you can get electricity is in living vehicles if you book a pitch with electric, or in boutique camping if you book a suite level bell tent or emperor tent. Electricity is like super hard, super costly, super difficult to provide at outdoor events. So that's why it's quite limited. If you're thinking about like charging phones, there is a general store in general camping, and they do a phone charging service for like a few pounds. You can leave your phone with them and they'll charge it for you. And they are nice guys.
Oliver Brock says, the pin badge, that one that you showed, is this the one that we get as we come in, or do we have to buy it? So no, Ollie, the one that you get as you come in will be matching all of the others. Obviously, special one because it's our 10-year anniversary. And the one that I showed in the Instagram, I think that's what we were talking about on socials, that is our 10-year anniversary sort of like extra enamel pin. So you can buy that at the Wildguide stores if you would like one.
Yeah. Nice. For pottery wheel, are the pots fired in a kiln and do you get to take it home? I don't know about this. I would not. I imagine I said I would imagine they're not going to be fired in a kiln.
I can find that out.
Go on, Jules can look that up.
Look that up whilst you're carrying on.
So Natalia has said, has helped me out with my earlier question on how to meet solos, saying there's a solos meetup on the Friday afternoon as well. So attend that. I think that's an enrollment, so you can book into that and find out about that in enrollment.
Sarah says, just to say to everyone, if you don't get the activities you want, don't worry. Sometimes picking something really random turns into your favorite activity. So good tip, Sarah. Thank you.
Emily here says, given the amount of tickets sold, if you don't get the activity, you won't see there enough spaces for you to do some form activity that's not just drop in. Emily, if you could repost that. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. If you mean, do we have enough activity spaces for everybody that's coming? We absolutely do. So everything is planned and like calculated to make sure that there's enough space for everybody to be doing credited activities at all times, for everybody to use their credits and any extra credits they buy. And then we have like about an 8% like overage on credits and spaces. So there are like more than enough activities for everybody to be busy at all times and to use all their credits and more. So there will we will not run out of those. And then you've got the drop-ins as well. So I think if that hasn't answered your question, please do clarify and I'll answer for you.
Paula said, have you changed the ability to be able to bring your own beer in on the first night and then every night? As head of security said last year, he would be bringing that question up.
No, we haven't made any changes to that. So the rules are the same as last year. So there's a limited amount of alcohol that you can bring. I think it's like 8 cans of beer or cider, or canned wine, or what is it, like pre-mixed spirits, like seltzers and things like that. And you can only bring those in like on your like first entry to the event. So if you go back out to the of the event and back in, you can't keep bringing things through.
So many questions. Do I need to book a pitch in the solo campsite, and if so, how?
No, the solo campsite is a very informal thing. It's just a sort of an area where we put some signs up, and people who are solo sort of can sort of camp in a similar area. It's not something that we like have a like ticketing system or anything like that for. I've got here, Kiara says, also cocktail making and wine tasting. the best before a big night out. Yeah, they're always popular in the evening slots. If you do want to find space, cocktail making and wine tasting, then the morning slots tend to have more availability, but still fun. Skedem says, I've forgotten what patrol I signed up for. Is there a way to check? Don't worry about it. Just turn up and dress in whatever color is your favorite. Or don't worry about that. And Emma says, what time does entertainment finish in the evening? So on Friday and Saturday, they're like, I think discotheque, which is the sort of like main like live music space, closes about midnight or 1. And the same for the auditorium, which is like talks and comedy. And then the clubhouse goes till 3. And it's like slightly less on Sunday.
By the way, whoever just mentioned patrols, we're going to be sending out an email and doing some socials on all of the details around patrols. So don't worry. We will explain all then if you're not already aware of it. Emma says, accessibility access, how will that be sorted out? And do we get assistance with our items?
So hopefully you've already applied for like accessible facilities using the application form. We don't provide like assistance like with I'm not sure what you mean by like items.
Items. I think this is probably this is a long time ago, this question. So maybe when we were talking about getting from the campsite.
Okay, so yeah, so there is if you qualify for using it, then there is a like an accessible buggy that can help kind of move things from like accessible parking to accessible camping. But yeah, please do make sure you've had a look at the accessible information on our website and that you've filled in the form to get those access to those facilities.
Ruth says, I'm 59. Did I waste my money buying a Cupid's Club pass? From the posts I'm reading, most people do seem to be much younger than me.
I wouldn't be able to advise on that. I don't know much about Cupid's. Do you, Jules?
No, well, I do. I don't know if it was you that was asking earlier, Ruth, but I did see the reply. We don't ask for ages, so we don't actually know. But one thing I would say to you that is quite important is obviously, hopefully there'll be some people that you are interested in and vice versa, but also the Cupid's Club badge itself is a kind of signifier for the fact that you're single and you're open to chatting. So kind of like once you're wearing that and you've bought one of those, it's kind of not just limited to those events. So actually, you never know, actually it might open conversations with people all around camp over the weekend. So yeah, it's definitely going to be great.
Nice. Saywood Jack says, are you doing a fancy dress thing this year? I heard talk of that happening. Yeah, we discussed it. We think that we're not going to because we've got so much other stuff going on.
And also because people put so much effort into their patrols costumes that actually that kind of is, a lot of dress up anyway. People go absolutely wild with it.
Yeah, and it might be a bit confusing for us to tell people all about the patrols and all about that. So I think we're not going to do that this year, but we do have lots of other awesome surprises planned for you, which will be even better. Mustang says, are there charging stations? Yeah, so as I said before, there's charging available at the general store in the general campsite.
C. Beverly Robertson says, can we use cash or is it card only? Anywhere we can charge phones or do we need our own power bank?
See above. See my last answer. Yeah. For cash, there's no cash on site, so it's all just debit card and credit card. You don't need any cash, and you can't pay for anything with cash. So make sure.
And is there phone charging at general stores this year? Do you know?
Yes. Yeah. I've said that 4 or 5 times now.
Sorry, I'm too busy trying to work out which comments to read out that I'm not really listening to. Sorry.
Great. Lauren says, if we're being dropped off by car, what postcode place do we use? It's TN156AH, and then just follow the signs to make sure you go to the right campsite for where you're staying. They'll say either like general camping or boutique camping.
I will take this one from Wayne. Wayne says, I'm enrolling for myself and my wife. Can I do them both at the same time from my account, as I want to make sure we get on some of the same activities? Yes, you can, Wayne. And I would highly suggest you watch Lee's video quickly before you do so. But yes, you can do it all in your account, and you can try and get on those activities together.
Yeah, nice. No More Junk says, I have a large car and a tent that attaches to the back. Is this acceptable in the live-in section? Yes, there is. Yes, that is. And you will need to book a live-in space. And then they also say, is there a live-in section in the accessible campsite? No, they're not. They are completely separate. So if you're in live-in vehicles, you will be separate from accessible camping. You can only get to accessible camping in a tent. So yeah, make sure you book that space if you want that. Spaghetti Hoops says, will there be sign language performance of a learned song from the activity like last year? I am pretty sure there will be. I mean, it's like a big tradition now, so I'm pretty sure that will happen. Eam43120 says, very excited. Would you please clarify, is the pottery wheel just for the fun of trying, no firing involved, and makes a difference to whether we book it? Jules,
I have asked our activities programs manager, but she hasn't got back to me yet. It doesn't actually say on enrolment.
It is 9 p.m. Jules. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember being part of conversations, and it's like there is no kiln. It's just for the fun of like that pottery wheel, like playing with the clay type experience. So
I'm assuming if people liked it, they could take it back with them, and they could get it fired outside of camp if they wanted to.
Yeah, I think it might be difficult to do that, but you could try.
Please don't plug in your kiln to the tents.
yeah. Kilns are very, very difficult things to power in temporary setups, which is why I'm sure it's not.
Yes. Kate says, hi guys, I'm in living camping. Last year we weren't able to bring alcohol into the camp, but people in the tent could bring some in, and I'm interested to know why this is.
This is to do with it's just like the security systems between all the different campsites.
Great. He says, no worries, better to know than have it confiscated. Eeknilis says, my wife and I will be going for the 5th year running. Amazing place, best weekend of the year.
Great. I've got here, am I right, Donna says, am I right in understanding the camp opens 12 p.m. on the Friday? Yes, you are correct. That's when you can kind of get started setting up your camp, and then everything kind of like starts to kick off from about 5 p.m. So you want to try and be set up by 5 if you can.
Kelly says, can you favourite activities without having to favourite them at a specific time? It would be very useful to be able to choose your activities and then filter so you can choose timings. That would work rather than having to go through them all at each time. So I think she means that could you favourite just like pottery wheel and then see all of the ones?
I don't think that's currently possible.
That's a good suggestion.
But it's something that we could definitely look to like.
I'm going to copy and paste that.
Improve in the future. So our enrolment system is like completely unique. No other experience works like this. Probably because it's quite bonkers, to be honest. We have like, I think for Camp Wildfire, it's over 35,000 like credited activity spaces that we need to put like 3,000 people into, and all of that happening in like 5 or 10 minutes as everybody wants to jump in and choose their activities because they're super excited about it. So it's quite the logistical and technological challenge. So this is a system that we've built from the ground up in the last 2 years, and we've very much been working on the foundations, and then from this year onwards we'll be working on kind of making it a really nice user experience, and all these like little ways that we can help you kind of like plan a brilliant weekend. So any feedback that you do have, we'll be sending out a form, like a form after, and things like that, of like different ways you want to interact with it. It's super useful for us. So please do send us all that feedback.
Brilliant. Wayne said, just to add after this, just to add after this was partially answered, if I book for myself and my wife, do we have to do all the same activities?
No. You can, definitely. Did you say it was Wayne? Definitely go and watch my how to enroll video guide. That will kind of give you a picture of exactly what you need to do to get it set up for you and your wife, and what it will look like for enrolling, for you to do some things together and some things separately. But it's all possible. Okay. We've got here, Florina says, do we have to book the activities in advance? So enrollment opens tomorrow, and everybody jumps in, and so availability on some sessions and activities can go quite quickly. So if it's good to get in early, because everything's first comes first served, if you do want specific things, but then it stays open basically from now throughout the event, so you can keep making changes to what you're enrolled in as much as you want, up until the event ends. So you can always be adding things, leaving things, and whatever. And then there's all the drop-in stuff, which you don't have to kind of book into at all.
Debbie says, do you have to book parking even for live-in vehicles? No, I really live-in vehicle.
Yeah. Terry says, how will dune buggies be run? Is it 2 people sharing a buggy? I don't know. It'll either be 2 people sharing and you both get drive and thing, and then you switch, or it'll be you have a go and switch. I'm not sure on that, but everybody will get a part of the driving experience.
It won't just be one of you driving the other one around. Katie says, is it possible to sleep in awnings in the live-in section, or would me and my friend need to be separate? She has booked in the live-in and has a camper van and awning, and I wasn't sure if I needed to bring a tent and go to the solo section. Basically, can Katie sleep in her friend's awning in the live-in section?
No, I don't think that's possible. I think it's a safety thing that people can't camp in the
vehicles section. Vickers says, sorry if this has been asked, but are Wi-Fi services good across site for checking out your activity booking schedule?
So no, it's not very good. There is, so before you come, we recommend you download it and either print it out or take a screenshot of it and set it as the background to your phone or something like that. It can be very useful, but that's for a few weeks' time to worry about. But yeah, the signal is not great on site.
We do have a big info team as well on site. So if you need to query something, you can go into them if you really can't get on your Wi-Fi, your internet. Sorry, not Wi-Fi, your 3G, 4G.
Yeah, nice. Cool. I've got here the tent that has the microwave, kettles, etc. What time is that open from until? So Emma, you are referring to the camp cooking areas. So in each campsite, there's kind of some cooking areas with microwaves, kettles, and safe spaces for you to use your own gas stoves, and washing up facilities with hot and cold running water. They are open 24 hours, so they're just there for you to use at any point you need.
Okay. Just to say, we've probably got about 5, maybe 10 minutes left.
Ooh, that flew by.
I know. Paris said, I'm a bit confused about this one. They said, hey, last year, me and my mum tried to book dead on time as well, and we could only get onto some waiting lists. When we went last year, we didn't use any credits. as everything was booked. However, we found out that a lot of people had booked everything they could just in case they wanted to. Will this happen again? Is there something in place that stops this happening so people who actually do want to go on these things will get a chance?
So people can only book, like they can't double book themselves. So it's definitely not possible that people could like book everything just in case they wanted to go on it.
They've also only got a certain amount of credits, like you. So it's not.
Yeah. So yeah, there's plenty of like.
Yeah. There's definitely even, so say for example, even like a week after enrollment, there's still loads of things to enroll on. There's never been a time, I don't think, that everything's just wait lists. I mean, there won't be because there's more activities than there are people. So yeah, a bit confused about that comment.
It's impossible for that.
Yeah, that is impossible.
There's no okay, I've got here, I've joined late. How long does it take to walk from one side of the camp to the other side? Are bicycles acceptable? You're not allowed to bring your own bikes, I'm afraid. It would do too much damage to the forest for everybody to be cycling around on bikes. And you'll understand that when you kind of see the space. But yeah, it can be quite a long walk to get from like one end to the very other. So one of our top tips is, when you're planning your enrollments, choose like an area to be in. So be in like Adventure Valley and the playing fields, which is on the like northern side of the site for like the morning, then go into like Intrepid Forest for that afternoon, and then the next morning more center camp, so you can kind of like spread out your time between those different zones, and that will save you spending too much time walking backwards and forwards.
Just to say, if I'm missing out your comment, it's because we've already answered it. So at the end of this video, we will repost the video so you can watch again. Just we want to try and get through as many new comments as possible.
Yeah.
So Laura asked, when do the merch shops, I think she means Wildcone stores, open at camp? I missed out on clothing as I was too late to purchase and they were sold out.
That would be midday on the Friday. So when
you arrive, yeah.
Yeah, and there's in both of the campsites there's stores, and then there's stores in center camp as well. So if they haven't got availability in one, in your size or whatever, go and check in one of the other stores. Hopefully they'll have some. I've got here Emma Motter's Head says, is there a maximum tent size for general camping? No, there isn't, but you're not allowed to bring any like gazebos or like marquees for like hanging out, like all tents have to just be sleeping tents.
I've got an important shout out from Nikki, who is one of our patrol leaders. They say there is an LGBTQIA+ meetup for all queer people, including solos, meetup scheduled for 2 p.m. Can you give it a shout out, please? So there we go, Nikki, there's your shout out. 2 p.m. Woo! I think that's on the Friday, right? I'm assuming that's on the Friday.
Yeah, all the meetups are on the Fridays. I'm just going to see. Yeah, that's in all these meetups that we're talking about are in enrollment as well. So you can add them to your schedules. You can add them to your schedules so that you don't miss out on those. Okay. I've got, is there a limit? Saywood Jack says, is there a limit on soft drinks we can bring in? Water, Fanta, fruit juice? No, there's no limit. As much that
you actually answered Amy Hibbett's question at the same time there. Great.
And then No More Junk says, I have an accessible ticket with a PA ticket. Will my carer get activity credits? No, they don't, but we do discounted upgrades. So you can purchase a discounted personal assistant upgrade. So you just pay a small amount extra for them to get their activity credits. That will be in the link to that should be in the email that you got when you got your personal assistant ticket confirmed. If it wasn't, just drop us an email and we can send that over to you.
George says, if we favourite activities, will this automatically book it when we enroll, or is it just a guide?
No, favoriting is just to help you get like a list of options together. It does not like get you a space in that activity. So make sure you do enroll. I think I've reached the end of my questions.
Everybody's just answering their own questions of mine. There's a lot of chat about which patrol to join as well.
Nice. Okay, I think there was Zanara 85. Are there still tickets available? I'm afraid there are not. We are sold out.
Oh,
You
sorry,
can have
I've got a few.
Tixel. Sometimes there's people like buy and sell tickets on Tixel, but if not, get involved for 2026 tickets will be going on sale soon, actually.
I've got a few quickly. I'm going to whiz through some. Helen says, can you answer Ari Boo's allowance for live-in vehicles? I've not seen anything to say I won't be able to bring in the same in as everyone else.
You can bring the same as everyone else.
Great. If it's your first time and you're not sure what team you want to join, should I pre-buy a shirt? No, come to camp, and well, you can buy your own in advance if you want to, but we recommend, everything that you will need will be at Wildkind stores, so you're welcome to just rock up and get it there if you want. Where do I see the videos again on how to book? Can you just remind everyone where that video is? Handy video.
campwildfire.co.uk/help, and that's really one you wanna where you wanna kind of you wanna go and watch that video for sure.
Sorry, everybody is answering each other's questions. Donna said, I love how simple and straightforward enrollment is. That's great.
Cool.
One more question. Let me see which one. Oh my gosh, sorry, I've actually got quite a lot.
No, it's fine.
I'm just trying to work out, because everybody's just trying to get everyone to join different patrols.
I'm just going to give a shout out to our little AI bot. So campwildfire.co.uk/help. If you go there, or if actually you just go to our website anywhere, there's a little help chat in the bottom right hand corner. That's got a massive knowledge base behind it with an AI bot that can look inside that and help try and answer your questions. So if we haven't been able to get something here, then do go and ask our AI bot, and hopefully it will be able to get most of these, a lot of these questions answered for you.
Okay, I'm going to give you one more question, and then I'm just going to say to everyone else, for anyone that didn't have their questions answered, you can DM us, and also we will be able to answer comments as well on the chat afterwards when we repost this. But final question from Julie: are we able to have a look around the site on the Friday afternoon before activities start to familiarise ourselves with the area?
Not until Centre Camp opens at 6
p.m. But that will still be, you'll still be able to familiarise yourself in time for the next morning.
Yeah, and it's still light and things like that. So it's light till about 8:30 or 8, I think.
So cool. Do you want to do a little bit of a kind of tips and tricks for tomorrow?
Yeah, I just wrote down my 5 top tips here, and these will be repeated in my video. So my 5 top tips are: 1, go and make sure you are prepared by watching my 6-minute video. It's 6 minutes well spent at campwildfire.co.uk/help. Just search video, find the enrollment video. That will take you through and follow the steps to make sure that you are set up. Next one is check the map to make sure you're spending the morning in one area, the afternoon in another area, so you're not spending too much time going backwards and forwards. Number 3, I would say upgrading can be cheaper. So if you're planning to use lots of extra credits, hopefully you don't need to, because we try and include more than enough for everybody. But if you are going to use lots of extra credits, it might be cheaper for you to upgrade your ticket instead of buy them as lots of extras. And my last 2 are: number 1, don't stress. There's so much availability on activities, on the whole. There's plenty of stuff to make sure that you're never going to be bored. And even if you're even if one or two activities that you really wanted to do booked up and you don't get space, then there's loads of awesome stuff that you can spend your weekend doing. Yeah, don't make it a stressful experience. And my final thing would be to take this opportunity to try loads of new things, because that's kind of what Camp Wildfire is all about. So doing things with like friends is great, but also doing things like going off on your own to try some stuff that you would never normally try is great, and you're going to meet loads of new people through doing that as well. So there's my 5 top tips.
Very nice. Okay, it's 9 o'clock, so we're going to say goodbye. I'm so excited for you all. Let us know how it goes as well. We would love to see what you're doing for enrollment. Actually, if you are getting together with friends or a partner or just doing it on your own, take some pictures of you enrolling and share them with us, because people just do the most bonkers things. People are having enrollment parties and things. So please let us into your enrollment times.
Nice. Awesome. Great. Well, yeah, we're, the team will be around tomorrow to help out. Just email us or DM us if you have any questions or issues. And we're here to help, and have a wonderful night.
Brilliant. Thank you. See you later. Bye.